Maybe if you're high profile, if it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It sure seems like the IRS is doing a lot of work when it comes time to like give us money. Like they when you owe them shit, it seems like they don't fucking care whether they do their jobs. But then when they're trying to pay us money, they do everything they can to fuck up their job.
You're talking about these stimulus payments?
Yeah, like, let's just delay it as much as fucking possible. Let's do our job so efficiently that everything is bureaucratically tied up.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed that they can literally just fucking print money whenever and nobody cares. They're like, we invented $4 trillion to give everybody. Where did it come from? Who cares?
Yeah,
and then everyone goes and buys sushi the same day.
Yeah.
I fucking went to a sushi place and they're like, we don't have any fatty tuna because everyone got their stimulus checks. It's like, fuck you guys. And it's got to immediately cause inflation when they do that. They just invent $4 trillion. It's bullshit.
What did you buy with your stimulus?
What I buy?
Yeah.
Well, I'm unemployed right now, so I'm just like rent.
Just rent. Huh?
Yeah.
I was trying to convince O'Shea last night to buy a whole prosciutto.
Yeah.
and a deli slicer.
Just hang it in my kitchen when people come over. Like, you guys want some prosciutto?
Some prosciutto?
A little bit of prosciutto? I'll cut some off for me, and I'll save some if you want some.
I've already cut it off for myself. I might as well cut you off a slice. That'll be $4.
Did you ever see that episode of Cops where they show up at the guy's house and he's just sitting there eating a big hunk of ham? and it's some guy's freaking out in his house. He's the landlord, and he's just eating a block of fucking ham, like an apple.
Do you think it was like canned
I've been
ham?
there.
Like the...
It was I couldn't tell, but like he was complaining. He was like, my tenant is tearing up the house, drawing pentagrams on the floor. The lady police officer is more concerned about it. He's like, that's a lot of salt you're eating in that ham.
What are your sodium levels like, sir?
It was one of the best episodes of Cops I think I'd ever seen.
I had a friend when I was younger who was fat at a very young age and just did all the stereotypical fat things. All my friends' parents would they would all have a story of why he wasn't welcome back. My friend Ian, he went over there and ate like a 5-pound block of cheddar cheese. Just fucking cheese. Just sat there eating cheese for an hour. And they're like, he can't come back.
Yeah, I had a friend come over that drank an entire gallon of milk in like 3 hours.
Dude, some of these dudes, like college dudes, are fucking crazy about milk. Some of them drink a gallon a day or more.
I did
It's
milk.
disgusting.
I haven't drank milk.
Well, I like milk, but that's a lot of fucking...
I haven't drank milk voluntarily since the 80s.
What? You don't like milk?
I don't I eat cereal with a fork. Like, I'll pour milk onto the cereal and then just so I don't get any in my mouth.
So you don't get any of that pus flavor.
But it cooks the cereal, it makes the cereal more palatable.
Yeah.
But
It sounds like you just don't like cereal.
I don't like milk. I like cereal.
But dry cereal is fucking gross.
I think you don't like joy.
Yeah, that too.
I haven't voluntarily experienced joy since the 80s.
Oh my god. They make fucking avocado milk now. That shit is nasty.
Society, man.
Avocado milk.
Avocado milk?
Yeah.
That can't be real.
Dude, I got like a chocolate one. I was like, what the fuck is this? And like, I couldn't even taste the chocolate, so I can only imagine what the regular one tasted like. It was fucking nasty.
So many weird ones now. I don't understand how anyone drinks that oat milk. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
You like that? God, I can't.
It's just oat. It's oat water.
It's in
they
the
just
cereal.
let oat fucking...
Just oats and oats. It's fine.
It's
Yeah.
like if you got like cereal with no sugar and then let it sit in milk and then drank that milk afterwards.
Like, I've had it in coffee before, but I've never just drank oat milk.
Hey, the mic. I have the mic. I don't think it's picking it up.
Hello?
Eat it.
Hello?
Eat that mic. Pretend it's a brick of cheese.
Are we recording already?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we don't like to tell people that we're recording
Nice.
until like 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yep, we're live. We captured all this magic.
Sweet.
Yeah, got all that, all our prosciutto material out.
all the food material right at the beginning.
Yeah.
All those Carlin riffs.
Front load it.
No, none of the Carlin stuff. None of that genius Carlin stuff. But fuck him, you know.
You do a pretty good mid-career Carlin impression.
Yeah, I wish I sounded like him.
You do sound kind of like him. He had, at the end of one of those, we were talking about his specials where he's all coked out or running out of coke or whatever, and the material wasn't very good. I think it's Carlin on Campus, where at the end of it, he does this weird, like, ritual chant where he's like, rat shit, bat shit, bag of old dicks. And he does a dance with it. Do you remember that? Yeah. You ever see that bit? Oh, I can't remember. Hooray, lizard fuck, shit. I think that was the end of it. Something like that.
He did like weird, like partially like slam poetry. It's like you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, when he started out, I don't know what he was playing Coffee House or something, and all that, like the 7 dirty words and the riffs about time and all that were very like poetic.
He had that
Coffee
one
shop,
like rap where it was like, I'm digital in an analog world. I'm metabolic and probiotic and antibiotic, and I like
it's a whole advertising
of how
slam poetry or whatever.
About all the ridiculous things that people call themselves. Like I'm trying
to remember it too because I can hear it in my head.
They
downloaded and uploaded and
I'm high on cocaine.
I give you a gigabyte in a nanosecond.
I got
it's a long piece too, and it's what's weird is he starts the special with that, and it's not. People aren't really laughing; they're like applauding. It's like theatrical.
Yeah, they're like, good job memorizing that thing.
And all you can tell half of the applause at the end, or people are just like, yeah, that's over.
That's.
It is kind of impressive. You get the point of it. He's showing you how much bullshit there is in the language and the culture.
Last summer, they played it on like the Denver comedy station, the stand-up station, like on the hour every hour, and it's like a long bit.
Yeah, it's like 7 minutes.
You're driving along and you just hear Carlin. I'm saying that shit.
Yeah. What's the blood pressure, like diastolic? That's what he should have been looking into. His blood pressure, because it was fucking. He was falling apart.
He still made it to 60 something, didn't he?
Oh, so like 70 something. He was old as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, he did okay for a drug addict.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good life. Most of those guys, like you just watch that John Lilly thing. Like you look at Tim Leary at the end, or especially Hunter Thompson at the end, I used to watch those guys in college and just see how long you could make it with that lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Hunter Thompson looked about 90 when he was in his 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like shit.
Yeah, well, he was like 60.
He couldn't talk anymore.
Or something when he died. When he shot himself.
Oh, 64? He made 64? Okay.
I think 64.
See, that's not bad.
Dude, 64 is like young though. That's not that old. That's not like.
Yeah, but how much good is there after?
64 is not young. That's officially old in your 60s.
Okay. All right. All right, man.
If you're in Silicon Valley and you get blood transfusions from a young...
Yeah, like if I hear someone dies when they're 60, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, 50 seems tragic.
Okay, so it's the beginning old because it's the first... If somebody dies in their 50s, you're like, all right, that's not...
Yeah, that's kind of
short.
Great.
But. Yeah. So, but 60 is not like great.
Yeah.
It's not like... if somebody died when they were 62, you wouldn't be like, they lived a long, whatever life,
What is the life expectancy for men?
75 or something?
72?
No matter when anybody dies, there's always that hackney, like, gone too soon.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Mildred was 104. What are you talking about too soon? Is it too soon? They took her too soon. She had to go home.
So much to give.
She had so much vim and vigor.
She still had $40,000 in her bank account we could have drained.
She was all out of vim. Listen, she had vigor, but no vim left.
Yeah, most people, first of all, don't even give in their prime to humanity. So much to give. Like, most people are worthless. And then you think they're going to give in their later years. Probably not. An artist, it can be tragic. Well, like an artist who dies young, like Hendrix, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, all in your 20s. It's...
Yeah, but what if all of those artists that died young, they just, like,
fizzled out.
They fell off like
Yeah.
right after that. Like
Stanhope had a great bit about if Bill Hicks was still alive and he was doing fucking Wheaties commercial or something.
He was like, if Hendrix had survived, he'd be doing fucking Super Bowl halftime duets with Elton John.
Yeah.
Rocket Man, like, fucking, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that would suck.
I mean, really, if you die young, well, you're still cool. That's pretty good as an artist. Because at some point, how are you going to stay cool for, like we're talking about Carlin. Carlin was cool for a long time. Then there was a period where people were pretty critical of him, didn't think he was cool anymore, and then maybe cool at the end, but hard to stay hip your whole fucking
Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger, I think, has done it pretty well. Mick Jagger. From the famous band, the Rolling Stones. Have you guys heard of that band?
Oh, no, I haven't.
A little indie band.
Kurt Russell is pretty fucking cool. He's pretty old.
Yeah, all right.
He's been consistently cool. Like,
He's been kind of a boner, though.
yeah, but like at the
So is
same
Mick Jagger,
time,
man.
he like has been pretty vocal about the fact that like, yeah, I realize I'm a boner. Like,
It's a self-aware boner.
you know, like
That's pretty cool.
What the fuck? What did he say? Like, how is he self-identified as a boner?
like just look how ridiculous he is.
Yeah,
I don't know much about the guy.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China?
Nope.
You've never seen Big
Nope.
Trouble in Little China?
He
You never
played
Escape from L.A., Escape from New York.
Nope.
he played Jesus in Passion of the Christ.
What? No.
Oh, that was him.
Willem Dafoe.
Oh, no.
Wait, no, I was thinking The Last Temptation. We're both wrong.
He played Mel Gibson in Castaway.
Uh,
I don't know actors.
Neither do I.
he played Tom Hanks in Big.
I personally don't want to get old. Like,
Fuck no.
I'm still, like I said, still Nick Cage in it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, here's somebody in your wheelhouse. Anthony Bourdain. Did he die too young? Did he have so much more to give?
No, I mean he went out. It was his choice. So like,
Well, he
That
got
was
Me
his-
Too'd and hung himself. I don't know what
He
happened.
got. Yeah.
well,
He was
That
dating.
was so far from.
I think that is what happened. No, he was dating the
No,
chick.
his girlfriend got me too. Yeah, she
Well,
was,
she was one of
trying
the-
to fuck a child or something.
She
And
was
he
one of the people who started the Me Too thing, and then she got Me Too'd after that.
Yeah.
But I think there was talk that she had some dirt on him because he did kill himself right like week one of the Me Too movement.
He also seemed like he was going to kill himself the whole time he was alive. So
That's true. He was
you can't
interviewing.
ignore that.
He's interviewing Barack Obama. Like, can I just go shoot up again?
Yeah. He was like, I just want to get back to heroin.
have you noticed how selective the Me Too movement has been? Like,
Well, they don't care about pedos.
Like-
I'll tell you that.
Chris D'Elia's back doing podcasts and shit, and like,
Well, Chris
Brian
D'Elia, that's why
Cowan's back doing
because he
pods
was fucking
shit.
he was fucking children. Chris D'Elia,
Hollywood
provably.
forgives that.
Everybody knows for a fact that Chris D'Elia was fucking children, and that's forgivable. We're like, it's just kids.
Once
you know?
someone drops
He's
a
just
lawsuit
goofing around.
on you, you're fine.
He's just goofing around with some kids. That's all that is.
But what about the dude who
What
played the president, Spacey? He's fucked.
Did
you
Because
see-
he was fucking also adults.
Was he?
D'Elia was fucking exclusively children.
Yeah.
Ticket.
Yeah.
That's the ticket.
He's like, I got a hard nobody over 10 rule.
Yeah.
That's-
Did you see Kevin Spacey did this weird thing he released on YouTube? It's him in his kitchen still talking in that presidential tone.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like,
in
you
character.
think this is over? You think they can take me down like this? He's like wearing an apron.
He's wearing an apron. He's like white. He's like rubbing his chest.
It's
and
like
he's like,
making a cherry
you
pie.
know what we've done. I know what you've done. I know your secrets too. It's like the fuck kind of creepy shit are you guys up to? Stop doing this.
It reminded
Stop
me.
doing this in front of us on TV. Like, have your weird pedo fucking vendettas off screen, please. For fuck's sake.
Do you remember when they got Charlie Sheen? They didn't get him, but he he left his show, and then he did some weird little web series in his kitchen trying to come back. Did you ever see that?
I don't think I did.
Cooking show, like he was going to come back as a Funny or Die or something.
What was he
really bad.
like cooking?
It was him like
Crack.
Yeah,
it's him like doing cocaine and making
He's cooking
chutney
spaghetti.
Cooking up crack. Cooking up crack with Charlie.
It was something like that. It was joking about his drug use in the kitchen, making food.
I've been listening to Corey Feldman's biography, the audiobook, while I'm at work.
How's that?
Well, first of all, it's like 9 hours long.
Why? What the fuck?
And like,
Is he read by him?
it's read by him,
All right.
and he doesn't even know what chapter he's on. He'll say the wrong chapter. And like, it's not a good book, but it's worth paying for Audible
Right. No, I'll pay an Audible token for it. Yeah.
and buying it and listening to it. Or give yourself a wide berth. Give it a couple days
Yeah.
to go over it. I'm still I'm still on like chapter 12, so there's like 7 hours left.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck? What the fuck does he talk? Like what?
He just throws Corey Haim under the bus the whole time. He's like, I ain't really getting molested, but Hamster, he got boofed a lot.
Oh shit!
Willingly. Charlie Sheen fucked him. Like, just
He's just outing him as a gay dude. Then is that?
pretty much. And he's like, I can't name my accusers, but my friend got pounded in the ass by this guy, and this guy. I'm fine with that, but I can't talk about who did it to me.
Chapter 11. Some more dudes who fucked me.
Some more people that fuck Corey.
And like he starts crying while he's reading, and it's forced tears, and you feel for the guy, but then at the same time you don't.
You can tell he's faking it.
Yeah.
He does. He's that perfect. He's the perfectly like hateable person because he's like it's like drawing out sympathy, but then immediately he has such bad like behavior and he's so disconnected that you're like, yeah, I hate you again. Like you're such an annoying piece of shit that I don't feel bad that you got raped or whatever. That's probably harsh, but
A friend of mine was telling me,
it's perfectly fine.
I was listening to this story about, she's talking about, she worked for this guy who molested her or took advantage of her, raped her a couple times. She's telling this horrible story. She's telling me she went to the lawyer and she's telling him and she's crying and telling this whole story, and the lawyer's going, oh my God, this is great. You think you could reproduce that in a courtroom? It's like, holy shit. They are just emotionless. They're like, that was a great performance. Could you do that again? On audio.
Did she end up going to court?
No, she released an audiobook, and I mean, she did. She didn't tell me that part of the story. Actually, I don't know. I think it's probably settled out of court, but apparently, courtroom is a lot of theatrics if you're trying to win your fucking rape trial. It's just so sad. I remember, like, I've talked to police officers, and they're matter of fact about stuff like that. Like, my roommate in college, whose name I won't say either, he like, this guy.
You could look that up though. You could find it.
Oh, I don't think.
If you want to work hard enough.
But yeah, if you want to look him up. But his
Alan went to Sarah Lawrence.
culinary school.
He was in Webster Hall, third floor.
Webster Hall. But this kid's in the hospital. This guy had beat the shit out of him at a dance club because he'd found out some shit about him, and apparently he was with this girl who my roommate had. She said that he raped her, and so this fucking gangster guy, broke a bottle over his head at a nightclub and sent him to the ER. And he's at the ER, and the cops are interviewing him, like, "What the hell happened? What do you want to press charges against these guys?" And he's like, "No, I don't want to press charges." They're like, "Your face is broken. Don't you want to press charges?" He's like, "No, I wouldn't do that." They're like, "Come on!" And then he gives some pain medicine, and the cops are still there pressing him, and he's like, "All right, fine, I'll tell you about it. But here's the thing: this girl said I raped her, and this guy's trying to get revenge." And the cops go, "Well, did she press charges or anything?" And he goes, "No, she didn't press charges." They go, "Okay, great. Well, then we're fine."
Okay, great.
They're like, "Well, then let's move forward with this. If she didn't press charges, you're golden." It's like, what? Did he rape her or not?
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't give a shit.
No, they're like, that's the problem with law enforcement is they've trained the dudes to think in like legal terms, which they have to, and they should actually more than they do. Like they should know the laws that they're enforcing, but they're more than they do, or they should know like the theory behind law. But like they don't really think in terms of guilt or whatever, because they're not judges. They don't go to court.
But should it be amoral? Shouldn't a lawyer be like, let's do the right thing and find a way to make the law do the right thing?
Right. Well, no.
But no one thinks like that.
Well, if she didn't press charges, then you're allowed to rape her. I think.
Yeah.
You did the time, so do the crime.
Exactly.
She didn't press charges? Oh, she was asking for it.
Yeah. Oh, good news. We get to reverse rape this girl. That's good.
Because it's such a weird thing, because in my mind, I'm like, well, it seems to me that justice has already been served. If you rape this girl and now you get your ass beat, seems like the justice process is finished. But then the cops are like, let's do more. Let's get some more justice.
Let's kick the wheel of karma like down the road a little further. Why not?
Because that person, somebody going to jail, that's like $700,000 a year.
That's fucking right, dude.
That gets funneled straight back
all about
through the prison
Benjamins.
system and to their fucking nightstick fund where they I got this one collapses and stuns people.
It's like,
Oh, wow.
like
this one, when it hits him, it feels like a bee is stinging you at the same time.
I guess, yeah,
Like,
it's just
that's-
all about making more money.
that's why Denver is doing that thing where when it's like domestic and mental health stuff, they're sending like counselors because there's not enough money to be made by locking people up in those kinds of situations when it's more money for the city to lock up people for violent offenses and drug crimes and petty shit. Like they don't want to waste their time getting hung up
Saving a wife who's being abused.
Exactly. So they're sending around, we send counselors now to threats like this and mental health threats. And it's working.
Yeah. Well, you have a counselor, you have a cop because that's who's beating the wife, and then those two team up.
That would be great, like a fucking cop's beating his wife and she runs to the bathroom and calls the police and he just picks up the house phone.
Exactly. She's like, son of a bitch.
911, what's your emergency, babe?
We're already there.
I want to get into fucking the other part of like the prison industrial complex, but we're like very close technology wise. Like when they started with the like noiseless horns and shit that like fuck they like it's like riot control shit where they
the subharmonics.
Yeah, right. Like we're very close to a point in technology where they're gonna just have like fantasy book gear. They're gonna be like, this is an enchanted nightstick. It's like not just fucking. This is just like lightning around it. And shit. Like you're very close to fucking having Harry Potter level fucking weaponry or like what's that? Elder Scrolls like. Yeah, yeah. It's like a fucking glowing flak jacket and shit.
Well, I've noticed with those signs that tell you how you're speeding, and they've got the same lights that a police car would have,
Yeah.
flashing at your face, and you're breaking the law. Slow down. And so there's no longer a police officer, and they're still achieving the same effect of
Like scaring you.
scaring you into slowing down.
Yeah.
At a certain point,
Automated response.
At a certain point, they'll just be able to detect people committing crimes, and they'll just thought beam stuff, guilt at you.
Yeah, man, that's the chip in the vaccine, bro. So they can control you. It's Minority Report.
I swear to God, dude.
Future crimes.
I was having sex the other night, and I thought,
No, you weren't.
This is a joke, but just go with me. And I'm fucking like not intentionally not finishing to try to amp myself up. And I swear to you, I'm feeling that like energy boost, the like tantric thing, and this high pitched noise starts playing in my apartment. And my first thought was they're fucking beaming energy at me through my like dental fillings,
Dude,
because they
that's-
can tell I'm getting too high energy,
That's some serious
trying to
meth
take
out
me
thought to have. Like,
and I'm totally sober.
yeah, that's insane. That's insane that you're having meth thoughts sober.
It's like
You have to. Usually, normal people have to stay up for days to achieve that level of delusion.
Did you ever read Harrison Bergeron? The story about the guy who it's a society where they're handicapping everyone who's at all good at anything, and they're doing stuff like that. Like if you're
Right.
smart, they put a device on you that
Makes you
plays
stupid.
noises so that it distracts you. If you're strong, they put weights on your arm or whatever, and they just equalize everybody down to the lowest common denominator. And I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you try? If you were in power, why wouldn't you try to figure out
If
the
they
next
had a
Tesla?
helmet that made me retarded, I would absolutely put it on and never.
Yeah.
I would never take it off, dude.
You're such a fucking blue pill shill.
Chill.
So they don't.
Why wouldn't you want to be retarded? I'd love to be retarded. What's
great.
wrong with being retarded? Are you retarded shaming? We should all wish we were retarded.
If only. If only these pesky
The
normal
blue
amounts
pill
of chromosomes.
headset.
What?
Brought to you by Cordially.
I've never
It's a
seen a
VR
kid
headset.
frown after he licked a window.
Yeah,
They always look
exactly.
happy as fuck.
That is
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah. Now, do I want to bask in misery up here with you? No, I don't. This is not good. It's not a good way to live your life, dude. I would rather be. Wouldn't it be nice to be excited about like ascending to bag boy, like ascending to the station of bag? You're like, I made it. Everybody's high fiving you. They're like, great job. Like, don't you, fucking, you know what I'd have to do to get that many people proud of me? I'd have to like write a paper. So I don't know. See, I don't even know how it would be done.
It would be great.
You're so smart, you're retarded.
I gotta fucking invent something. I don't know.
If they could scan everyone's energy levels, like the government was monitoring everyone's energy to see who's maybe the new Tesla or whatever, and they're just seeing who's high vibration or whatever so that they can slow them down and consider them political opponents. And then they've developed this technology, and all the high vibrating people are just retarded.
Oh, so like
Like the people they're worried about because they're too they're gonna be
I like it because
too blissed out.
yeah.
Like that's one of the theories behind mass fluoridization of water is like it's the government is trying to lower our brain functions and lower our thinking speed so that we don't attain genius level IQs and we don't
Well, that's
tone into our psychic abilities.
that's why you get those kind of transcendent thoughts when you're up for days on meth because you've gotten all of the water out of your body.
No more fluoride.
The
left.
water's what's separating you.
You notice how Dr. Oz is always telling you to drink water every day?
Exactly.
Connect the
Like,
dots, people.
yeah. The last thing you want to be is hydrated, dude.
Yeah, you need to stay up for 7 days eating nothing but gummy worms.
Yeah.
Then you will know enlightenment. Maybe so.
I got overhydrated one time and that was
How the fuck do you do that?
you drink way too much water and your body can't process it fast enough.
Like,
Yeah, you can like drown in your own body if you drink too much water.
Yeah, that's how Andy Warhol died. Like in the hospital, they had him on an IV and they were giving him too many fluids, and he was so sick already.
yeah.
And that's what killed him. But like, I was up for like 4 days on caffeine pills, and I was just slamming like gallons of water, and got so sick that like I couldn't drink for like 3 days. Like, but the whole time you're like, it feels like you're in the desert hallucinating. Like,
Fuck.
you're seeing like in your peripherals, everything's just like it's almost like you can see your blood pumping through your eyes. It's
That's
awful.
annoying. Yeah.
Was this one of the times that you saw a person turn into a bird?
No, that was just being on withdrawal from hardcore pharmaceutical amphetamines,
Yeah.
which I don't recommend. Like,
No. Well,
Yeah, if you're going to do them, don't stop.
yeah, like
the mistake is stopping, really.
I literally like the entire time I was on that much medication, like I didn't feel any physical like you know,
So-
if
problems?
you're up for like 9 days on meth, you're gonna have aches and pains that whole entire time.
Yeah, you fall. You
know,
like
and-
start falling apart. You're like, what
the
the
more
fuck?
the more you do it, the more your body falls apart. But on the pharmaceutical speed, I was just like, I'm going to the Y. I'm walking all the time. I'm feeling good. Like,
Charlie Sheenan.
yeah.
Film crew comes to your house. You're on the treadmill. You're like, I'm doing great.
Yeah. Well, that's what we need. Really, is that we need the government to manufacture pharmaceutical grade crystal meth. That.
You're talking about Nazi Germany.
Yeah. No, you're right. Because we will descend into like a fascist, more of a fascist state, I guess. I know we're already in a fascist one.
Also, apparently,
I don't know,
Japan
I
during
need
that
more.
period.
We were all on all the U.S. military was on meth.
We were too.
Everybody was on meth. That's why it got so out of hand.
That's why it was a world.
Yeah, dude, that shit could have been chilled out pretty easy. But everybody's like, no, fuck that, fuck him. I'll fucking kill that guy.
That should be the PSA. They should be like, the Holocaust, not even once.
Not even 6 million times.
Come on, more like 6,000.
It was 347. We don't need to get into
No, I'm
that.
saying not even 6 million times.
Not even.
Not even.
Like, I understand the appeal and the
Of the Holocaust? What are we talking about?
no of
Listen, of course you want to get rid of Jews and fast.
It's not that Mein Kampf was wrong. It's that
Listen, we've all read Mein Kampf. It's a pretty good book. All right, sorry, what you said?
no, I understand the appeal and the luster and the glamour of methamphetamines.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of like for me like
Wait, could you,
amphetamines.
what
and
is the
stimulants-
glamour, though? For people who don't know.
Like
For our two listeners who don't know the glamour of
Like-
methamphetamines.
gummers are pretty glamorous. A toothless blowjob is pretty glamorous
Yeah.
when you think about it.
Getting one?
There's
Yeah,
like a
receive it.
Because you're going to be giving one.
dude.
No.
No, the glamour of it. Like I worked with a dude that was a tweaker in Vegas, like in the 80s and 90s, and they I asked him about a tattoo that he had on his arm, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Because it was just like a shitty tattoo. And he's like, oh, so we were up for like 2 weeks, and then we decided to rob a casino. And like it's just everything you asked him about was that good of a story. They were all fucking gold.
Did they successfully rob a casino?
I'm pretty sure the name that I knew him as was not his real name. And he was just the most interesting. That's the glamour of meth. Is you're like, oh, you had the most interesting life ever. Yeah,
It's the
crazy.
the glamorous meth
It's
story.
a toothless version of the Dos Equis guy.
Yeah, he did have dentures. That is not a joke.
I don't always have teeth, but when I do, I don't give as many blowjobs.
But yeah, like, we'd been up for 2 weeks and then we decided to rob a casino. It's like that's the beginning of the story about the tattoo. This has nothing to do with the tattoo. This is
Tarantino.
This is the build up to the story. Like, this is like, that's how good every
preface.
story should be. You know.
So the glamour is your life is exciting.
Yeah, there's an excitement and a chaos to it, and that's glamorous. I think is that.
Also,
what you
I
said?
would add
Yeah.
that when we had your buddy on here, who was talking about it, Sean, and he's talking about having 48-hour orgies or whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's glamour. I mean, it's garbage glamour. It's like there is something grimy about it, but that's meth. You know, it's a grimy drug. But there is an allure to it, to that.
So I did
I-
cut you off. You were saying
no, I just-
get the glamour.
I
but-
just don't. For me, mentally, like it never did anything for me. Like every other drugs, like that I find something I like about it that it does for my mind. You know, like everything from caffeine to nicotine to LSD, mushrooms, but methamphetamines like just never doesn't improve my thought process at all.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't give me that. It doesn't even do what.
Now, what about
Like Adderall.
Oh, okay, this is what I was gonna
I can
ask.
be super focused. Strattera and Adderall, it's fucking amazing. You know, like it does all the things, the glamorous things about methamphetamine, where you're like up for 15 days. It does all that for me, but something about methamphetamine, it's just like
Something about it's like you'll have like 2 days. I don't think anybody gets like real meth. It's all fucked up because they're taking away all the whatever precursors. So I don't know, the idea of like staying up, even if you were doing it all the time, the idea of staying up more than like 2 days is like crazy. It's like you start losing it. But I think back in the day they had better, like more stable meth. But after, like, even if you're sleeping every night and shit, you're after a week you're like falling the fuck apart. You're like your bones hurt. You can't think. You cannot think. You're like useless as a person. Your brain.
Corey sounds like a meth boomer right now. He's like, meth was so much better in the 80s.
Yeah.
I used to justify it to myself.
They used to give you a toy at the bottom of the meth. Sorry.
Got to collect all the Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, that's Cracker Jack. Sorry, not meth. Yeah.
Dude, that would be great. Just a box of crack with a sticker tattoo at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
That'd be amazing. But when I was doing Adderall, I used to justify it to myself because there are you can find some successful cases of it. There was this mathematician, Paul Erdos, who's the most published mathematician ever, or maybe Euler or something, but the second most. And he just did amphetamines his whole life and published math papers and like discovered new things that he had a successful career. I don't know about his personal life, but
his personal
but he
life
was a
was
success. On paper, he's a success.
Like Adderall made a reality TV star president for 4 years who was impeached twice and got away with it. Like Adderall is amazing.
Everyone, CEO, in
Everybody's
Wall
on.
Street, people use it. Certainly, single moms are using it.
Wasn't there like a NASA astronaut that was like a notorious crackhead or something? Or was he a scientist?
Smoking crack in space?
No, not like in space.
Holy
but
shit!
He was like
Zero gravity.
I space crack.
Saw this guy that like
Is that moon rock?
I don't know, smoked crack. He like did interviews and talked about how crack helps him with like building spaceships, or I don't know if he was an astronaut or
What the fuck?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. Well,
This is
that's
the best
exactly what I'm
country.
talking about. That's what you got to think about when you're smoking crack. You're like, I'm an astronaut, basically.
Yeah,
I need this for my space projects.
yeah.
You don't understand. I have to have. This rocket's not going to build itself. I got to smoke this crack.
I'm going to start building this rocket. I just need to get one more hit in me. That's amazing.
You know how many spaceships we could have built together, man? Yeah. Fuck,
We're
man.
really slacking.
We did enough crack for 2-3 spaceships, man.
Yeah, I watched an interview. I forget if he was an astronaut or a scientist, but they're like, "Why do you like smoking crack?" And he's like, "Because it's the best feeling I've ever felt in my life. Like, I'm not going to stop smoking crack."
He's an astronaut. That
He's
should be the
been
P-
to space, and he's like, doesn't really touch smoking crack. I'll tell you that.
That should be the fucking PSA. He's like,
Ain't no crack.
don't smoke crack because it's better than going to space. And you just can't cope with something that good. You don't have the fortitude, dude.
I do wonder if maybe some fucking dudes in a dumpster somewhere smoking meth have actually, in one of those stimulated conversations, developed some new science, some new philosophy, some new math.
I'm sure of
and
that.
it goes unrecorded, and they actually did stumble on something great, but nobody writes it down or whatever.
Well, there's not a pen in a dumpster. Is
You're
that a
trying
pen?
to write it
No,
using
that's
lunch meat onto a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't a pen. This is a chicken bone. Never mind. This isn't going to work.
Brand new podcast for Gas Digital. Just throw 2 crackheads in a room and film them and just
See what-
come up with shit.
See what
Just-
you can get out. Yeah.
2 crackheads and a chalkboard. Make new math. Go.
Dude, but that's such a rare hit because the majority of them are people that were already very, very stupid to begin with. That, that really like doing meth was the best thing that they were going to do in life. They weren't really going to get, like, even if they got their shit together, it's like, what else you like? You should. Here's what you should be doing.
They got to smoke meth just to read the bus schedule.
yeah, dude. They're like, this meth is so good, I can read.
The limitless drug.
Yeah, it's like limitless for retards. That's.
Oh shit, we could go to Santa Fe.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Yeah, a lot of tweakers. There's very very nice tweakers, obviously, but a lot of them, it's like you should probably like get a job at Burger King and smoke meth. Like that's what you should do. That's what you should do with your life. I would just get a bunch of these PSAs together.
By the way, if you guys want to contribute to our codex, we have a codex of what drug addicts work at what places, and we've got a few so far. And it goes Stoner, Taco Bell, Acid Head, Dunkin' Donuts, Meth Head, Burger King, Heroin. By the way, what would you say for heroin? We said Denny's.
Convenience store.
Convenience store.
Convenience store. Maybe it's just I like the way heroin Denny's sounds.
Denny's just sounds good.
Yeah, like femboy Hooters.
We're still
It's
looking
like
for ketamine, nitrous.
Oh, ketamine.
Yeah, Whippet's like a video store, like
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. Yeah.
A Blockbuster that's been out of business for 10 years.
I think they work there.
It's just got a pile of
I
cans.
like that. Nitrous is
A
Blockbuster.
pile of like nitrous cans around the under the desk.
Welcome to Blockbuster. How can I help you?
Oh, go to Blockbuster. Holy fuck!
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Whippet's Blockbuster is great. Yeah, all right.
I can't handle nitrous anymore.
Oh, yeah, I stopped.
I
The only thing I've ever quit is nitrous.
Yeah, I drove a car into a house
Wow.
once
Yeah.
on nitrous, and then a couple months after that at the dentist, I was on the nitrous, and I started to fucking glitch out, and I was just like, I'm not doing this shit anymore.
The weird thing about nitrous when you have dental shit done is it does not stop the pain. It just makes you not care.
Yeah.
You can feel the pain and you can feel yourself not care.
That's bizarre, man.
It is very bizarre. And they tell you that. They go, this is a psychological anesthetic. It's not a physical anesthetic.
That's why I say
That's bananas.
give me the fucking Novocaine too. Like,
Right. Yeah, you need
You need
both.
both. Yeah.
Well,
put
I
the-
mean, dude, I had some weird shit done where I had a bone graft done and they had to adjust the plate or whatever, and they just put me on nitrous, and it was like telling the oral surgeon that I loved him.
I love you.
Like, thank you for doing this.
That's why he put his dick in your mouth.
No, it does make you unconscious.
Yeah. He's like, here's the thing. You're going to feel my dick in your mouth, but you're not going to care. Oh, fuck, man.
It's this rape anesthetic.
Psychological.
It's all psychological.
Rape is really in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
The hole there.
That's what I was looking for.
It rapes the hole
The
there.
eye of the hole there.
The guy in the hole there.
Oh my god, rape is so funny.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Will there ever be anything funnier than rape? I don't know. No way of knowing.
The world
Yeah, you
may
try-
never know.
That and racism neck and neck to find out which is funnier.
Neck and neck, but one of the necks has a noose around it.
I'm glad that was off mic. I mean, it'll be audible, but
Now, people
Oh
hear it.
man.
it's fine.
I've thought this many times about stand-up, where like no matter how fucking good, even when you think about the best impromptu moment in a stand-up set, the best fucking joke, it's never as funny as if you see a fat dude fall.
Yeah.
It's just so visceral.
It is.
Yeah.
Or like a well-timed fart.
Yeah.
We could never beat that.
Yeah. No, it can't be.
It's kind of depressing.
Well, that's it.
Because I don't think that's true of other art forms, where you would be like, the best painting is never going to be as good as a sunset. Maybe that's
one of the
true,
most disappointing things about stand-up is like
It's never
good.
art's never good, but art is also never as good as reality.
Do you think that about it's all true of all mediums?
Well,
Like the medium
Like-
pollutes the thing. Well, that's what I was,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say about stand-up. Like the disappointing thing. The funniest I've ever been in my life was like when I'm fucking with somebody and we're in like a setting where we're not allowed to laugh, and that's never the case in stand-up.
That's true.
You're never like
It's when you're not supposed to be.
Right. That's why it's so good. That's why you calling that old Indian woman a bitch last night in front of people is hilarious because you're not supposed to do that.
First of all, Native American.
Are you sure?
No, she was Pakistani.
Okay.
No, towel on the head. is
She's from
Indian.
Pakistan, New Mexico.
Towel on the body is American Indian.
Okay.
That's the difference. Towel head versus towel torso.
Towel body.
Towel body.
Okay.
Yeah. I do. Sometimes I wake up from having a drunken set like that, and I'm like, how racist was I last night?
Oh, you definitely like there were those dudes were like
I was like right on the line because that was his family too.
was it? Jesus
Yeah, he was
Christ.
not okay with it.
He wasn't.
Yeah, he went up and was immediately like, I didn't like any of that.
Well, he let me do it. I respect him for that because I.
No one was listening to it. We're still laughing.
He's like,
That's great.
that was inappropriate. We're like, shut up.
like, did
She
she
started
not
it.
know she was at a comedy show? Like, why?
She did. I think I said, "Hey, is that video going to Facebook? You should turn that off." And that's what started it. And then she started talking to me, and I don't know.
When she was fucking with you. She was like, let's hear some jokes. It's like,
She was heckling.
It's
yeah.
like, why the
Yeah.
fuck are you? What a bizarre, but yeah, at that point you're like,
Well,
I gotta fucking.
there's so many fucking people out there now that like they go to comedy shows to heckle. Like there's the ones that are just like, hey, it's a drunk asshole, you know, like it's a fucking party that it's a private
Well,
party.
it's like,
that
why do
just
you go on
happens to be here.
Facebook to
Right.
fucking attack somebody or, get in a
Well, but
argument?
also she was saying, like you heard her saying, get to the tell a joke, and you heard it as if she was talking to you, when really she was just talking to any comedian, because the fucking 10 comments previous, nobody had told a fucking joke. So she just is
That's true.
yelling at whoever's on the fucking stage as if you're one kind of timeless H.P. Lovecraft being that's just taking on new forms in front of the stage.
No, and I agree with her. That was a really terrible show for a long time.
Right. Yeah,
It was very bad. So
It
I
was
can
very
her frustration.
Yeah.
But I went up there intending to do material. I did
Right,
10
but
minutes of yelling at her.
I just wanted her because I know that's where she was coming from.
For sure.
Because if you're an audience member, like you don't see the comics as being separate people. You just see this is a comedy show, and if it sucked 30 minutes before you got on stage, that's on you too. Like you just get that.
Yeah.
You get that karma.
It's
or
one of
that-
those,
you get that
like,
stink on
it's
you.
like a multi-headed hydra, and every time somebody bombs, 2 more heads pop up. Every time you cut off one bombing comedian.
Yeah. Two shittier comics. I'm gonna do props now. God damn it.
That's why you don't let the opener freak out about Magic the Gathering,
Yeah.
because it's just going to ruin the whole fucking night.
Freak out about Magic the Gathering. That's not far off of what happened last night.
Were you here when he was talking about that?
It was earlier.
Oh, tell him about that.
I was hosting a show one time, and it was
Was this when you were in Iowa?
yeah.
Was somebody playing Magic the Gathering in the crowd?
No.
No.
So the way the show was set up, there was like 4 people that were booked, and then between those people, there'd be a open mic or do 5 minutes. And then, so the very first dude shows up. He's in a trench coat like Kinnison, got a headband on, sleeves are rolled up. He's got like big leather bracelets.
Nice.
And right at the beginning of his set, he says, "You guys don't like me because I play Magic the Gathering," and just pulls out a card and goes on a tirade to this chick. and he's just screaming at her,
That's
berating
Fort
her.
Collins comedy in a nutshell.
Yeah. And then when he got the light, he started crying and about how he was promised 5 minutes and like.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why won't you fuck me? I have a first edition.
I have a gold leaf elemental. This is a collector's item.
You said Fort Collins scene. Like when I was up in Fort Collins, it was decent for a while, and then it got weird, and then.
Who was that guy I was going to ask you? You might remember him, dude. The guy, he would do just like dark one-liners, and he would just hold a beer like this.
We've talked about this guy before.
He would just hold it. He like always had a PBR, and like he would hold it.
Yeah, that was Miles Harmony.
Miles Harmony. That's right. Yeah.
Second time we brought him up on this
Have
podcast.
we?
Miles, if you're listening to this, start doing comedy.
Yeah, come find us. Come be on the podcast, man. If you
That dude was great.
yeah. It was bugging the fuck out of me. I couldn't remember his name.
Off stage, he's a fucking great dude too.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking hilarious.
Great dick.
Yeah. Uncut.
Tight body.
He's a power bottom.
He's a switch hitter. He can do both.
No,
Because most people who do dark one-liners or who do one-liners at all are clearly emulating some other one-liner. They're trying to do Hedberg. They're trying to do Stephen Wright. They're trying to do Jeselnik. This guy was complete original one-liner comedian where he had this like very like he was like a dark alcoholic depressed one-liner, and he would do these asides that were just like to his own demons. It was incredible.
Yeah, goddamn.
It was a unique style. That's why I'm like, you should do it again, because I'd never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, there were guys in Denver when I started out who were unique, very unique. Nate Balding. There were a handful of other guys where it was like they were doing something very different. And maybe they were never good enough to be a TV comic, but it was just the fact that it was a type of comedy, a style, and then they stopped doing it, and you're like, fuck, like that was like a whole genre that doesn't exist anymore.
yeah.
Yeah. Fucking.
Stephen Williamson.
There's still those. Who?
Do you ever know Stephen Williams, a short, bald guy?
Bring back French.
What's that?
French accent.
Yeah.
I'm doing a show with him fucking next week.
Where at?
Somewhere in Wyoming.
I'm not going to
Casper or
Wyoming. Tell him I said what's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's still doing that.
I know. Dude,
I think
I love Kevin. He's fucking rules.
He's great.
Yeah, he's great. He is.
And there's certainly no one else doing that.
We hung out and smoked a lot of weed together when I lived in Fort Collins. He's a great dude and like.
Yeah, he is, man. He's
he's a great writer. Like, have you read his like books?
No. I want to read
Yeah,
one. I want to read his fucking weird like sci-fi. He has like a
Yeah.
pre-diluvian or like some sort of fucking.
They're great.
Yeah.
Like really good. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
Yeah, we're from the same town in fucking Wyoming.
Like I loved when he was doing those RV videos. Like he was living in an RV for a while, and I think he was in
It's like,
California.
here's a reading from
Yeah.
Genesis.
And he had a bunch of cats
Yeah.
in the RV with him, and then he was like, they were like van guys, like his buddies. They were great bits.
Yeah.
It's him with a chalkboard calculating the age of Earth by adding up all the people back to Adam and Eve.
That's so funny.
He believes in that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's like a young Earth guy.
Back then, like you could do 5 shows a week in Fort Collins.
But that, who the fuck was that? Some comic was like, what? Why don't you like people get mad at like flat earthers? It's like if you find a guy that really thinks the Earth is flat, send him to me immediately because I want to talk to that guy.
I just saw
that
a clip.
was
I don't know if you're talking about
Nate Bargatze.
Bargatze and Rogan talking
Yeah.
about that. Yeah. How are you mad at these people? They're the most fascinating.
Yeah,
How are you
dude,
not talking to them?
Yeah, I have.
And that's true.
I have disagreements with the young Earth creation, but I want to talk to them all day. I don't want to talk to fucking somebody that just thinks whatever they got taught in school. They're fucking dumb. It makes you dumb. Like, and it does. It makes you because you haven't made any new neural connections in fucking 25 years or whatever.
Well,
so
most
your brain
people-
doesn't do anything. It doesn't like spark off something original anymore. It
No.
just.
Yeah,
You're like, are you a CNN guy or are you a Fox
Exactly.
guy? And then
I repeat whatever fucking Don Lemon or fucking not Bill
Tucker
O'Reilly. I almost said Bill
Carlson.
O'Reilly like it's fucking. How old is that?
Bill O'Reilly's got his own network now where he just gets fatter and paler.
More addicted to Valium. Let me see. It's just him trying to see how many Valium he can fit in his mouth. Welcome to the no spin zone.
Welcome to the Liver Spot Network. I'm Bill O'Reilly, your host. I can't read that. What does that say? What does that? I'll write it. We'll do it live. He does that every day on his own network.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great if he did.
Dude,
Has that same meltdown every day.
He's just stuck in a fucking time loop.
Does he have his own network now?
I don't know if it's his own network, but he's doing some independent thing because I don't know. He's a sexual harassment thing, and he's not allowed on the big networks anymore. It's a real shame. I mean, we talk about tragic deaths. The death of Bill O'Reilly's media career.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're trying to mourn Anthony Bourdain because the loss of Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, he's still out there writing books about World War II or whatever. The fuck.
We're still writing about World.
Yeah, he just comes out with books about wars periodically. He's just like the reason the Revolutionary War was cool. Like it's I just sucking George Washington's dick or something. It's
I had a moment in college
terrible
when
person.
I listened to like a Terrence McKenna thing where he's like, culture is not your friend. Culture is made up of these bastardized ideas recycled, and all it does is fetishizes objects and all these things. And then I went out to the grocery store and I saw Bill O'Reilly Culture Warrior
right
in the discount books, and I'm like, whoa, Bill O'Reilly and Terrence McKenna both don't like culture.
Yeah. Well, no.
What a
Bill
strange
O'Reilly
Venn
loves-
diagram I've just
Bill
drawn.
O'Reilly likes culture. He just
he doesn't.
some parts of it he doesn't.
That's the whole conservative thing. Is like the culture is fucked up. We got to go
right,
back.
but they get back to just a different kind of culture, but still culture.
That's true. He likes older culture.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing.
Well, no, so they're both just kind of trying to get an archaic
Revival.
revival. Bill O'Reilly's Archaic Revival. Bill O'Reilly's Archaic Revival is the best.
That's the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Dude, but also there was a that old conservative pundit who was like the old Bill O'Reilly who was anyway
I know
Tim Leary goes on his show back in the day, and he was like
Buckley?
William Buckley, yeah.
Yeah.
And Tim Leary goes on Buckley, and he's like, actually, William, I'm more of a conservative than you because I want to get back to the time where we were all fucking and dancing around a fire.
Right.
I'm actually more conservative than you are, bitch.
Well, yeah, that's
Trying to conserve paganism.
yeah. That's. I mean, those guys are they're kind of pagans. The Fox News, because they really are just they're just trying to preserve kind of pagan.
No, they're
Wait,
Christians.
wait.
They don't want to go
Wait.
back to paganism.
Do you mean pagans from Dragnet?
Wait, what?
People against goodness and normalcy?
Well, yes, they are
Do you
that,
remember Dragnet with Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd? And the pagans with the goat, they wear the goat fur on their legs.
Huh.
Watch it, man. It's about the government subverting people.
All right.
What is pagan?
That would have been
for again?
so much funnier if you guys seen that movie.
I know, it really would have.
Killer reference for a different room.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take a break. We'll watch the movie, and then we'll come back and you can do the joke.
You win the Greg Proops Award for this episode.
Yeah.
Greg Proops Award for
For
excellence.
the most esoteric reference of the episode.
The award is a obscure jazz CD.
Yeah. Have you heard
this? Hey, we have a Chet Baker LP that you can go home with.
Dipped in bronze.
Speaking of heroin, you ever listen to Chet Baker?
Yeah.
We have
So you do know Chet Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's not even esoteric for you.
He's a guitarist, right?
No, trumpet player.
Trumpet player. Who am I thinking of? What, Chet Atkins?
He was like, he saw Miles Davis. He was like, I could do more heroin than that.
Yeah. How dare you? You call that heroin?
He bottomed out. He had like a 10-year career because he did so much.
I think we need to bring back heroin. I think people are getting too focused on fentanyl.
Let's get back back to the
Here's a hot take.
We need to get back to the good old days when poets were poets and
right.
music sounded good.
This is like Bill O'Reilly's take of the day.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly's
We need to get back to Here's real conservatism.
Yeah, when I was a kid, everybody was doing heroin.
Yeah.
And the music was much better. Dude, there was a fucking Anita O'Day, dude. I was watching her fucking at the like Rhode Island fucking or the Newport Jazz Festival, and she's just, I mean, she's an insanely good singer, but she's clearly just like blasted on heroin on like a bright sunny day. It's like,
Anita O'Day was the woman who Clarence Thomas raped.
Oh, okay.
No.
No?
No.
Oh,
Not
okay.
working it back any farther.
Now, Clarence Thomas
That was
never
Anita
raped
Hill.
anybody.
I'm sorry.
He never raped anybody. He was.
No, that was a hate crime.
This was the night black people aren't allowed to be charged with rape. I don't, is that?
Right.
He's a judge. He was a judge.
It was a high-tech lynching.
What?
That's what he said during his
High tech.
Modern-day lynching? I don't know what he said.
It's like a sci-fi lynching.
Like what they did to RoboCop.
Yeah.
We're going to have to put all your jokes in the liner notes.
At minute 101, he said like RoboCop. Trust us, it's hilarious. Oh, God damn it, that's funny.
All right, should we take a break?
Yeah, probably.
Let's do it. You got to say at least 3 more things next time.
All right.